Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today I'll be showing you how you can install Garfield++ in Ubuntu 20. So to install Garfield++, you will need a C++ compiler that supports C++11, a Fortran compiler. Root 6 should be there in your system, and GNU scientific library that you can get it by libgsl fndev. By that you can have those header files and library in your system, and CMake that should be the version of 3.9 or higher. So you can find all those details here in this link, that is Garfield pp.web.sun.ch. You just visit this link and you can have all the details. And here you can find the source code also. You have to clone it with the help of git, and then we'll install the software. So let's go. Now what I have is I have installed a Ubuntu 20 in my virtual box, and I have root 6, the latest version of root, here in my system. Now I am ready to install Garfield++. So let's make a directory for, say, Garfield. Sorry. Now inside the directory, I'll be cloning the source code of Garfield++ with the help of Git. In my machine, I have Git installed. So if you guys do not have Git in your system, you can install it by sudo apt install git. By this, you can install the Git. I have already, so I do not need to install it right now. So then again go to the page and copy the source code link and just paste it here, and you have to mention the directory where you want to clone your software. So for my case, this is Garfield++. So now I'm cloning the source code inside this directory. So I have cloned successfully the source code, so you can see the contents. Okay, now you can check all the versions. This is the available tags. You can use any if anything you want. Now what you have to do is just make a build directory inside this Garfield++ directory, and here you have to run cmake inside the build directory. So let's go inside the build directory, and here we have to run cmake. We have to run cmake over the source code. Now here one thing I have to tell, that after compiling the software, the compiled binaries and library files will go to the slash user slash local path. And if you do not have the super user permission, then you won't have the permission to copy those files there. So in that case you will get a error that will say permission denied. So it is better to specify a directory where your compiled binaries will be copied. So here I'll be making a directory where I want to keep all the files, that is called the installation directory. So let's make a installation directory, that is Garfield, say install. And now again go to my source folder and the build directory. Here I have to run cmake, and now I have to give the option. So I have to give like this command d cmake install prefix. Now I have to specify the path. The path is to Garfield underscore install. And here what will happen is by default it will compile with the examples. In that examples it will try to compile with the Gian4, but right now I do not have Gian4 installed my machine, so for this time being I am compiling the Garfield++, just switching off the example portion. So for that you just have to mention like this d. And now you have to point to your source directory, that is just before the build directory. So just put two dots and slash. It will point the Garfield++ directory. So now let's see what happened. So now you can see the CMake file is compiled. I have a make file here, and I can execute make over this make file. And you can put number of threads or number of CPUs you have in your machine. So for my case I'm giving is 4 for the time being. And let's compile my software. It is taking time, so let me pause the video and then I'll come back after the compilation is done. So here, as you can see, my make is done. It is done successfully, and it took some time. It depends upon how many threads you are using. So now what I have to do is I have to run make install. It will copy all the binaries and libraries to the path I have specified before, that is Garfield install. So now we have installed Garfield++ successfully in our system. So before going to use our software, I have to mention one thing, that sometimes we face some problem that CMake cannot find the root binaries and root libraries. So always before starting the installation process of Garfield++, make sure that you have sourced the this root.sh that is situated inside the bin folder of your root installation. In my case, this file was inside this directory root delete. So you have to source these, otherwise CMake could not find the binaries and libraries of root, then CMake will fail to execute. Okay, so now we have installed Garfield++. Let's start to use the software. So before using the software, you have to source this sh file. It will set up all the environment variables of Garfield. You can You can add this line inside your bash rc also, so that again and again you do not have to source this .sh file. So let me add this line in my bash rc. Let's say plus. Now save it. Now by sourcing your .bash rc, you can use Garfield. Okay, so let's start by using one of the examples that is provided inside this folder. Um so let's copy one of the examples uh, that is here in examples folder. So let's start with the gem example. Let's copy the entire directory to some other location, because we may want to modify the code. So let's copy the directory to some other location. Say I can keep it in my home directory. You can put it anywhere you want. So let's go to my home directory, and here I have the gem directory. Here you can see the code and the CMake list.txt. Now what you have to do is, again you have to make a build directory by build. You go inside the build directory, and simply again you have to CMake the source code that is situated just one level before the build directory, so just two dots and slash. Now your file CMake has executed. Now you have to run make. Now you can see the gem executable has been done. So now we can run this. So it is working. Thanks a lot for your time.